Okay, so in this problem we're going to talk about simple interest. And simple interest is found by the interest that you pay is equal to the principal, the P, times the rate of interest times time. How many years? So I represents the interest you pay or earn. Depends on if you're taking out a loan or if you're investing. We're going to be investing in this problem. Principal is the amount of the investment or the loan, but we're investing this time. Investment. Now R is the annual percentage rate. Okay, so it's going to be given as a percent. You'll have to change it to a decimal. And then T is time in years. So usually car loans are calculated this way with simple interest. So you take how much the car costs, $20,000, the rate of interest, whatever it is, times, if you've got a 5-year loan or 6-year loan. Anyway, you figure out that, and then that's going to tell you how much interest you're paying. Okay, but we're not having a loan. We're investing this problem. Your grandmother needs your help. She has $150,000 to invest. That's going to be the principal then, right there. Part of this money is to be invested in a money market account paying 1.5% annual interest. The rest of this money is to be invested in a certificate of deposit paying 1.3% annual interest. Okay, so this is what's happening. She's going to have a money market. And she's going to have a certificate of deposit. Okay? And then she's going to put some of her money in the money market, and then the rest, this part here, is going to be in the certificate of deposit. But remember, together, it has to be $150,000. That's how much money she has to invest. So this is the tricky part for students sometimes. So you've got like two things going on. X in the money market, and then like Y, you can put a Y there if you want temporarily, for the certificate of deposit. But we can't have two variables because we need to be able to solve this equation. But here's the thing, if you subtract X from both sides, Y equals 150,000 minus X. So think about, okay, I've got $150,000, I wish, and let's say I put 50,000 in the money market. Well, then the rest would be in the certificate, right? So the total has to be 150,000. And if I put, 90,000 in the money market, then 60,000 would have to be in the certificate of deposit. Together, they have to equal 150,000, okay? So whatever you put in the money market, subtract that from the 150,000 to figure out how much is going to go in the certificate of deposit. So you might have to stop the video and just think about that for a minute. You have so much money going in, X amount, and then the rest is going to be 150,000 minus X. And I'm short of 0 there, but anyway, hopefully you get the idea. Okay, so that's a big idea on these types of problems. Okay, but now we have to figure out how much money she's making. Okay, so now we know what's going on. She's going to put some of the money in the money market, and then she's going to put the rest, this is the rest, in the certificate of deposit. Okay, she told you that she requires $2,000 per year in extra income. So when she's done investing, after a year goes by, she wants to have $2,000, okay? So she's going to have her money market. She's going to make so much money off that, plus how much money she's going to make off this certificate of deposit. And that has to equal $2,000, okay? All right. So you might be saying, well, when are we going to use that I equals PRT? Right now. So how much is she investing in the money market? Well, we don't know. That's X. What's the rate of interest on the money market? I got to scroll up. The money market was 1.5%. That's going to be 0.015 because you got to change it to a decimal, go 2 places to the left. Okay, how long is she leaving it? What's the time? She's leaving it in for 1 year, so you don't really need the 1, but we'll put it in. Okay, plus then how much is she going to earn on the CD? Well, how much is she investing? That much. 150,000 minus X. Remember, that's the rest. What's her rate of interest? 1.3% or 0.013. And how long? 1 year. So in 1 year, she's going to make $2,000. Okay, and then the question says how much money should be placed in each investment. So that's what we're figuring out. We're going to figure out how much money she's putting in the money market, and then we can figure out how much she needs to put in the CD. Okay, so it's kind of messy here, but we're going to clean it up. I'm going to write 0.015x plus 0.013 times 150,000 minus X, and that equals 2,000. So all I did was I rearranged this. I don't need the 1. Same thing, I rearranged, and I don't need the 1. Okay, I don't like the decimals, so I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to multiply both sides by 1,000. 3 zeros to get it to go 3 decimal places. That's just going to take care of my decimal. Now, if you're like, I like the decimals, that's fine. You can keep the decimals, but I'm going to get rid of them. And that gives me integers. Remember, you're multiplying on both sides. Now, how am I going to multiply 2,000 times 1,000? It's that many zeros, so 3 zeros and then 3 more zeros. So that's a big number, 2 million, but I'd rather work with the big numbers than have those decimals. But, you know, like I said, if you want to keep the decimals, it might be a little trickier to work with, but you've got a calculator. So, all right, what do we have to do now? Oh, you might have a question about why am I multiplying there and then I'm multiplying just here. Well, remember, I'm going to take that 13 now and distribute that. So you don't need to do anything else. It's just 1,000 times this term and 1,000 times this term. Okay? And then 1,000 times this term. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. What's 13 times 15 and then all those zeros? 13 times 15 is 195. And then 4 zeros, 2, 3, 4. Okay, minus 13x. Okay, they're big numbers, but it looks reasonable here what's going to happen. So I've got 15x minus 13x, that's 2x. $1,950,000. So maybe you can see what's going on. You might not like all these zeros. This is just the way I chose to do it. Your other choice was to keep the decimals. You could use a calculator. Okay, I think I'm going to get 50,000, right? So I'll make sure 0, 0, 0, 0, then this is going to be a 5, so I've got 4 zeros. 5, and then, yeah, the 9 and the 1. Okay, that should all work. Divide both sides by 2. And yeah, sometimes with these word problems, you get some crazy big numbers or small numbers, and you want to just pull out a calculator maybe. Okay, 25,000. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about Grandma investing then $25,000 in the money market. So, money market. She's going to tell Grandma, put $25,000 in the money market. And then she had $150,000 to invest. So she's putting $25,000 into the money market. Then the CD, the certificate of deposit, she's going to have $125,000 there. Okay, so it looks like she wants to put more money in the CD than the money market. Okay, so that's how you do that problem.